And I've also worked very hard. I mean, I've been in the corporate world, I've been grinding all these years, and I've made some good amount of money. And God has also blessed me with a man who is also well to do. Why can't we have a lavish wedding to serve as a reward, especially for the woman for staying chaste, number one, waiting for the right man, and then now that the grand day has come, why can I not have a lavish wedding? Now, one of such letters came to us, and we want to take a good look at it this morning so we can get into the discussion. To ask you out there if lavish weddings are even important or not. Can the money be used for something else? That's what we are getting into this morning. So let me just quickly take the letter that we have, and it says, would it not be just right for a hardworking lady like myself to have a lavish wedding? Hi, I am Ruth. I believe I am one hardworking lady who is more than well to do. Now, fortunately, God has blessed me with an equally more than well to do gentleman to take as my husband. Wedding has been my dream since childhood. Just looking at where I am now, would it not just be great for me to have that wedding, which ends up being the talk of the day? Guests would never complain about I wasn't fed. A wedding where upcoming young ladies would really look up to. Sadly, my rich husband frowns upon my dream. It is not like we'll lose something if my dream really comes true. I'm so confused, I don't know which words to use to convince him, and so I ask, what should I do? And that's what we are discussing this morning. Now, this young lady actually thinks that she deserves it. She thinks that her wedding must actually be the reward for all her hard work because, luckily enough, she's blessed to also have a well-to-do man. So why can she not have a lavish wedding to celebrate the beginning of this very important journey in her life? Now, joining me this morning is Bafo Nketia Sapong. Now, he is a wedding planner, event par excellence. He is on Instagram. You can follow him. He does lavish weddings. That's the reason why we brought him here this morning. He's going to be breaking it down for us. And with him this morning came the one and only George Castenson Lutrot, who is also in the building this morning. Gentlemen, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. We know we woke you up very early, but forgive us. It's the nature of the job. I go through this every day. We go through this every day. So sorry we woke you up for when you come on.
Not really.
But not really.
We
We okay.
Yeah.
We are not Why? Uncle George, how's it going?
It's better than the last time.
Good.
Once we are alive,
Right.
it's good.
Right.
And the more you see, the longer you stay alive, the more painful you feel to live. Because if you are dead,
Because if we are here dead.
there be what Bibia found.
Okay.
Now they are chia. Bibia found. What I say? The freedom place you can ever find on earth is the cemetery.
Uncle George, you know you give me the longest response to simple how you doing.
I didn't even hear you say how you doing.
That's what I asked.
Oh, say ask again. Sorry.
I said, how's it going? How's it going?
How you do? How is it going?
Okay, let's get to the let's get to the business of the day.
Oh
Like
my
I
God.
mentioned in my introduction, many women, some men do it, but it's more geared towards the women. We do that most of the time. I mean, by virtue of the fact that we are women, once we start growing up, we think of, okay, school. Once we are done with school and national service, the next thing that must happen to every lady out there is marriage. And we just don't want simple, common weddings. No, we want to go through the whole pre-wedding photo shoot. And another one has come, you tell me. And then we go through the whole caking process. These days, the cake must come from up there in the sky. I'll ask you how it's done because I don't even know what the mechanism is. And then in the beginning or in the past, we'll cut them with just a simple knife. Now it's a sword that's actually used to cut the cake. And when you don't have that type of cake at your wedding, it means that your wedding isn't popping. Your dress must be the talk of town. Your makeup must be on point. And your hair these days, your frontal must be sitting right. If it's not sitting right, it means that your wedding didn't happen. And this lady is saying that she wants a wedding where her guests will be well fed. I've been to weddings where it an in short here. And I've also witnessed an engagement where gifts no much channel and some got to toilet roll just to give to the rest of the people who didn't have the gifts that were pre-packaged. Baffle. when you say a lavish wedding in this country, how much are you looking at, number one, and what elements are you looking at in the first place?
A very lavish wedding can cost like 200,000.
Ghana city.
200,000 Ghana cedi. If I'm
You
right.
mean
Titisika, no.
Titisika saying
To bet 2 billion.
2 billion Titisika?
Yeah, 2 billion.
200,000 Ghana
Yes.
cedis.
Yeah, 200,000. It's let's say one sector of the lavish wedding. Some could go higher.
Ah.
Yeah.
So if I want it lavishly, 200,000 is consisting of what? Is my dress in there?
Your dress is in there.
So everything, including the man's dress,
Yeah, the man's dress.
groomsmen.
Yeah, that's the least.
The
Let's
least.
say at least.
Okay,
because
so this has
we get in a place like Moving Peak or one of the hotels.
or Kempistic,
yeah.
as they say.
You know, one of the places to do all those things. So
right.
it's going to cost. It will start from let's say 200,000.
And what type of decor am I looking at? I enter the auditorium and I have flowers hanging.
Flowers everywhere, chandeliers everywhere, trusses with flowers, everything. You know, the room will
like what we are seeing on the screen right now. This is more than 200.
Yeah, this is more than 200,000.
In your estimation, if I want something like this for my big day, BBC is saying.
Oh, it's going to be 5-8 billion.
So this is like 500,000
Ghana. Or
because I see that the chairs, it's sitting on a pool. I think the pool has been covered.
Yeah.
I see a pool underneath where the chairs are, and then I see a lot of roses. Are those roses I'm seeing? Yes, a lot of flowers, and it looks like this guest number is about 300, 400.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
So if I need something lavish like this, I even see a waterfall. Is that a fountain? Yes.
Yeah, that is a room transformation. The room might be just a normal hall, so we are transforming everything to this. So it will take days and weeks to do this.
How many weeks would you need for the planning of this to do the setup?
It should take like 1.5 weeks.
1.5 weeks. Yeah. So that's like 10 days for this type of setup. And we are talking 500 to 200,000 to 500,000 Ghana cedis, but minimum for you 200,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think it is necessary?
For me, as a business person, it is necessary because you get something out of it. Okay. But on a normal,
what do you get out of it?
We get money.
Oh no, you make money out of it.
We make money out of it.
But for the couple, what's in it for them when they are able to throw such a lavish wedding?
Nothing.
Oh, baffle. Absolutely nothing.
It's all about marriage, and the name hasn't changed. Marriage is about man and a woman. The guy is a man, the lady is a woman, and they are coming together as married people. The one who did it with 10,000 cedis is called a married person. If you should wear a ring of 100,000 cedis, I'm wearing a ring of 2,000 cedis. It's called what? Ring.
I beg to differ, but
so you are Mrs. He is Mr. The other lady is a Mrs. So you all have the same name.
Uncle George.
Hello.
What's your take on this letter that we have received? She wants her guests very well fed. She wants her dress to be beautiful. Well, she's been working hard. I'm not sure how many years she's been in the corporate world or whatever business that she does, but she feels that she's worked hard enough. God has blessed her. She's also met the perfect gentleman. So let the wedding be lavish. What do you say?
Well, thank you very much, and a cherished good morning to our viewers. I think that the first thing is you should understand the protocol that governs marriage, and know your role as a woman in planning marriage, because within the marriage circle there's a role each party has to play. So if you don't understand your role, then you step over your bounds, and that's what she's doing.
Oh, you think she's overstepping?
Yes, she's not even overstepping, she's stepping. When a woman like you is desiring for a lavish wedding, it's normal.
You don't see anything wrong with it?
No, there can be everything wrong with it, but it's normal in the first place because you are created for marriage. The only purpose of a woman on earth is marriage.
The only purpose?
Yes.
I'll surmount that. I'll go over that.
Now, going over it doesn't change what I just said.
Fine, but
so God sat down and realized that the disability of a man is to get ability of a woman with 80% emotions, 12% spirituality, 8% thinking. So you were really designed for marriage. So when you are making noise about getting the flowers, getting the this thing, see the man. He's only seeing what happens down there to make a vow and break. That's all a man is thinking about. Because if you don't make a vow, you don't know how your capacity is. But you just want to make a vow and make sure you break it. And that makes you a man. So in the first place, the woman having lavish wedding, thinking about flowers, it is normal for her make. Now, the issue is that nowhere these things are needed. Are they needed for marriage? Just like a Christian girl who wants to be righteous and believe that God in her righteousness and her virginity will give her the best husband. It's an error. So there are a lot of errors in the mind of a young girl like this. I have worked hard. I have made enough money just to make my wedding lavish. Are you marrying yourself? Who determines what goes into the marriage? There are 3 forms of marriage even in Ghana. The Mohammedan marriage, the customary marriage, and then the civil marriage. None of them tells us what happens like this declaration that gives it a symbol of acceptance by law. The traditional one, like you said, toilet roll was what was given. It means that the family of the lady didn't plan well. If you go to an engagement ceremony, traditional marriage, and there's shortage, it means that the family didn't plan well. It's a shame to the woman, not the man. Because the cost involved in souvenirs and everything is the cost of the woman, not the man. But don't forget, immediately you finish Ghanaian traditional marriage and you decide to go and do civil marriage, you nullify all that you did.
Say that again.
Immediately you finish Ghanaian traditional marriage.
Meaning the one that these days we wear the kente and the ring is
yes, I mean,
if you move past that and you go for a white wedding,
it is nullified. It is not recognized under the law. Yes, because nobody has the right to marry twice in this country. So either you choose traditional, Mohammedan, or civil, and there's nothing called church wedding. That's why I don't go there. The church has no marriage.
So what we've been doing is what? The one with the white gown, the crown, and everything with bridesmaids.
It is the security of the woman. It's your fear. A man who wants to be well stable and live long, not like me who will die soon, should do traditional marriage. Because the wedding takes you out of the tradition and gives you to the law. One man, one wife, chain pay 50% of property.
Okay, so I know.
I get to the picture.
Yes, I'm trying
So when I finish my traditional marriage, and then I decide to make a decision to register my marriage for 21 days under the law, I nullify what? That is why in the marriage register they ask you, when do you marry? So it is nullified.
The customary one or the traditional one?
The customary one is nullified. Immediately you go for civil marriage.
Okay, so that means you can't have both customary and civil.
You are doing that thing to decorate your soul. You see the problem? Yes. So your lavish, your waste at the traditional marriage and all the thing. What's the waste? So the thing is that you are receiving people in your home. So we sit on plastic chairs or we sit on benches. And what do we serve people as evidence showing that they came? We need a cloud of witnesses. So I decide to give each of you toothpaste and brush, or give you taco, chakeblo, or give you. We give people things that they would use to at home. But right now, you people have changed the thing.
Which people?
That you're new people. I see everybody in Kente. Now I even hear that pastors who don't know what the law is and don't know the tradition go to traditional marriages and go and exchange vows. That's an error and a curse. As a matter of fact, a pastor is not needed in that thing.
So the traditional marriage, you don't have to exchange vows.
Yeah, for what?
Traditionally.
The family requested that you want our daughter, and I need 4 gallons of water. Once you provide the 4 gallons of water, they bring it to the family. We say, yes, it has been accepted. Daughter, we've received this thing from George Lutron, coming to take your hand in mine. Do you agree? Yes. Then once he agrees, they bring her out to come and show to the family, this is the woman. That is why when you're pregnant, we don't bring you out. So let me tell you one of the things people don't know. Today, if I want to marry you and you are pregnant, and they say your sister should stand in for you, immediately we finish, I should be able to have sexual intercourse with your sister because I'm not married to you.
Because you married the sister.
So those of you in Abrochi, that people are standing in for you. If you're standing for somebody in Ghana, chop the thing because your wife. These are the things you want to put in your mind. So when you say it's lavish, the kente, are you aware that tradition, nobody's supposed to wear kente and dress like a king? It's a curse. All of you who are doing it.
What are you supposed to wear?
Traditionally.
But kente is tradition.
You don't know what it means.
What does it
Every
mean?
kente you want to use, there is a particular name you should use. Okay. But now you choose what is nice.
Oh. So even for the traditional marriage,
my God. You don't,
we are supposed
and people dress like a king. It is an error. But we are quiet watching it. Now we have there are some.
But then, so who is supposed to be telling us all this? I mean, we've got traditions in this country. Who is passing it or handing it down for us to
Social media is making. Last time I saw that a whole guy was going to the wedding ceremony. There are other fellow guys following him, holding drinks, holding. I said, what is happening to us? As a matter of fact, the man who is coming to marry the lady just walks in and they show him to the person.
Our forefathers and ancestors have failed us.
They have not failed us. You've run away from the village to Accra.
Who is teaching us?
You have run away to Accra.
Whose responsibility is it to tell me that, okay, Cookie, you cannot wear this particular type of kente
Hello.
because it has to swear so a name?
No, I asked myself.
What is the church doing about
it? They take the church out.
What is the Busiapenyi doing?
You use that one I like. The church is a wrong place to go because
the pastor who comes.
No, the pastor is Eshuchenimu. He has not been invited. No pastor. Pastor Eshuchenimu. The only time we are invited
he has not been invited. So now I'm friend is over shower.
Yeah, Pastor Obede with you. We Eshuchenimu or come
so
the
for the traditional wedding,
it is a family issue, and so for say this after me. Who said that?
So what you're saying is, if you want to do the white one, there's no need to even do what we are seeing on the screen right now because this is an engagement.
So look at this. This is madness. This is total madness. There is nothing sensible about this thing they are doing. You understand? Then they come and say, "Our boy,
good, Bafo. Thank God for what you mentioned, our boy. I just want to come to you. Explain to me. I want to break it down for us. Your daily life. When people call you and they want you to plan their weddings, what are their expectations? Because we've had a conversation off screen, of course, where people call you and then they start to mention all sorts of things that they want to see on that day. And then start to hear suppression in the voice
all because when they see the pictures, they think say maybe it's not expensive. But as I have said it before, everything is being multiplied by the number of guests that you are hosting. Mm-hmm. If you are hosting 300 people, you are bringing chairs, and if one chair is 10 cities, we are times 300.
Chairs require 3,000.
Yeah, when glass is 2 cities times 300, everything times 300. So when we combine them together, then you know that you are paying more. You get me?
Venue crumble.
And what's your policy? Are you supposed to pay 50%, 70% before you start the planning, and then after the wedding ceremony?
After what wedding ceremony? And I'm not going to be the whole issue here is you are paying everything. While I'm going for my rent house, no, are they going to give you for free? No, you have to pay everything. So when you're about to get married, get prepared, get your money. Pay everything off. It's so disgusting and so shaming that you'll be called Sunday after Monday morning. Morning, my friend, my balance, I'll call you. I'm at honeymoon, giving excuses and all those things. So many cookies, so many.
And now only a juvenile.
At first, no. You think, say, Abia.
Bobby Dean. Say a because you're calling the
whole issue is of say people are doing so he wants to do. Who say especially when it's Friday to the Saturday or a day to the engagement, you see unforeseen costs. You have to buy this, you have to get this, you have to get this. Yeah. Now, you see kind of plans for the man. He has to put it in another thing. So come and talk to you, bro. This.
Now,
fine.
so happening now.
You can't do anything about it, but because he has given you 70% or 80% of the whole thing, so you feel like, oh, after
so
the wedding,
committed.
Someone can even tell you that, after my wedding, I'm paying you. Meaning, say, I'm in group, school group, WhatsApp group, I'm in this group. So afterwards, they'll give me envelope and pay off, and it happens. And they think say right after the wedding. So when they don't get it that way, not disappointments about. Then he'll be frowning to the wife. Wife will be frowning to the husband because the appointment's about one side. By then, that was the agreement.
Hey,
we treated everything. Now, media boy, I'm coming in for the makeup. It's so much. People are going photographers, and photographer. You can't give him all the money because you need your photos, the hard copies before you pay off. Hard copy I read now. What could you see? Stories, and I was expecting money from this. I had a contract, and now people are still owing us. So this is when I need counselor to help me. I'm calling Misika.
Okay.
TV3 super Bobby Dean.
Ebi mi nsɛm na ɔmo na kɔ asɔre ɔmo de
anti mo asɔre fo ka ho
asɔre fo na egu adwuma
ya me sɔfo na mo sɔfo ne
sɔfo ne nim sɛ saa na ɔmo yɛ
me say mo sɔfo ne
oh me bo odi a
ja isa asɔre
me ka I'm trying to
It's
be between
so body.
yeah, the body can't never say.
Oh.
Exactly.
And they are not cloning him saying he didn't do body.
On a scale of 0 to 100, do na omo fra na omo honso omo ntumi enye ne sese na nka omo plan so omo ye no percentage ne be sese.
Oh, but yeah,
70%.
yes, 70.
But open lavish.
Open
But ne honso.
Yeah.
And now for so I know yes, so at the end of the day, he or she is owing.
So sometimes you have to tell Okwa extreme to the parent. To go and talk to the parent. Okwa extreme to a very close friend. Okwa extreme to people that are you think are close to them. To talk to them to pay you. Because other guys are on you. Because one word they know, you are bringing on board carpenter, whoever, everybody, the caterer and everything is on board. So afterwards, the people that I love their weddings in Nigeria for, aren't show fake. The Nigerians wouldn't show you fake.
Oh, wow.
They are going to give you the money. Whatever you propose, no. Are you going to provide this? Or say yes. Are you going to do this? Or say yes. Pays you off, you are gone. After the wedding, he has no issue with you.
Ghana for your person, your copy, I say your home so until we can't compare ourselves to the Nigerians.
You know?
That's what you're saying this morning. Now, Uncle George, most importantly, does a lavish wedding equal a successful marriage?
Unfortunately for us, a lavish wedding brings a burden in marriage.
But this lady in question says she can afford it. But for him, say, girlie, 200,000 will be saying, obey to me. And the husband is even richer than she is.
No,
he is more well to
so
do.
the factors.
Uncle John,
okay.
So what the man has the money.
Yes.
The woman also has the money.
Yes.
So in this case where the man says no, I don't want to use my money to do all this, and the lady is insisting, say, I want a lavish wedding. Can she use her money?
No, in the first place, it means that they have not had proper counseling. Because in counseling, we discuss.
2 questions and maybe
yes, we discuss this issue. We even discuss running home and all. I mean, it's a whole bouquet when it comes to counseling. Your costs that you are incurring. Are you aware that on your day of marriage, the wedding gown is not bought by the man?
It's bought by the woman.
Any man who has bought a wedding gown for a woman, go and collect your money from the family. Number 2, engagement 20, ntade 20 no osesan eye busuafo na eto nya be masika.
So we fear never.
Yama 2 years na the pam shirt tua. Ni ambeda hoka.
Okay.
So if you watch carefully, what the man spends on naturally is the cost that he's supposed to be incurred as a request from your family.
Responsibility is the food, but I just want that one. If you know who's the woman's family or
engagement near or because we're coming to you.
Okay.
We're coming to you, so we are coming to you.
Okay.
But the wedding is both.
Okay.
Well, that is what you have done.
Please.
That one too is not true. When in Troni Bini, there are things that they have inculcated into our mind and is killing us. In the first place, the dinner,
no, I don't just say not ignorance. You can't equate ignorance to untruth. No, you can't do that.
Well, what's on truth? And Troni Bini, me talk about this. What's in Tronas here?
Okay.
Yama to be a team say when no cre, and to be a jatumu. So after
every you in the beginning say whose responsibility,
and I'm giving the responsibility
to be checking all these things, because of course growing up I've always known that I want a white wedding, I want to wear a white wedding gown, have my crown, and then my bride's mates are following me. There's Sunflower Girl and Page Boys in front of me and all that.
Are you aware that none of them signed the document?
I do.
Yeah, you're the only one who signs, and then your family will sign, and those are the witnesses.
Okay,
but
so
the issue is that if you want,
asked,
the first thing is that the cost is shared, and the cost is shared naturally. A man has his role, what he's supposed to pay. The rings the woman wears, it's not a cost of the woman.
This lady is saying she has the money to
but she's not marrying herself, so she can't break the rule because she has money. My sister, no matter how rich you are, you still follow the protocol.
Which is what?
Which is
you and your man's agreement.
You are following a family rule or a legal rule. And the legal rule doesn't involve, did you land at the place with a flight or what? You finish, the laws are simple. The place must be registered. The one must be gazetted. This is what the law is looking at. Your age at marriage is very important. Your symbol to seal the marriage, which is ring, and your consummation, which is sexual intercourse, is what the law is looking at. So these are the things we are looking at for. The other things you wear on it, it is you who says that what you wear makes you who you are. But the cost is on you.
Yes,
the 10 times dress.
This lady is saying that she's got the money to do it. But sadly, the man is saying that no, even though I have more money.
So the first thing is that once you have the money, and the man says it's a waste, then the man, per your standard, it's not your class. Monkeys play by sizes. Move on. There is a young guy waiting for such a lady who is ready to spend. So go for the man who will spend. That's one. Number two, don't say, nobody's marriage is like your marriage. That is why counseling is very important. Lavish wedding has never supported any marriage. There's no woman I can challenge anybody in Ghana who had the most expensive wedding. And I'll tell you how sad they are. Because after all the wedding, Obi Akonifie, only wine aka.
For lady, no.
What does he?
What do you think she should do?
As Counselor said, no, she's not getting married to herself.
Okay.
On your submissive, no, you know, it will bring eyes on you. You know, there is someone in your family who will cry over wedding. And hey, sister after the wedding, you know, the calls and the pressure that you have from your friends and family, you can't bear. Trust me, all eyes will be on you. You can get a very beautiful house, whatever. After 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, you can do whatever invest you want to do. You know, one house or something.
Okay.
Well, Cookie, talking about that in the last bit of it, let's not, like you said, who will teach us, who will tell us.
Yes.
We have left those who must teach us.
Thank you.
To those who will pamper us.
Thank you.
So some of us will let you know what is. Your sister just had a marriage. Doesn't mean you should take bits from her. And as for the mistakes, there are too many. But let's look for the right place, talk to the right people, and know that the church has no marriage. So the church cannot determine what you want to do. You are only using their venue and they are registered, gazetted man of God. On 0277, I'm ready to teach you. 609644 is the best number, so you don't go and make a mistake. Write it slowly. It's not a lotto number. It's a mobile money number. 0277 609 644. If you are owing back from here, I'm taking the list. So call me before I come next week, because this guy is suffering. And when are you also getting married?
I'm married.
I'm married
2019.
Oh, okay. Yeah, why? And to what happened?
Clearly,
sorry.
There are many wrongs that must be made right, especially in how we conduct marriage ceremonies in this country. Subsequently, on this show, especially on Fridays, on Hard Bay, we will come and then Uncle George, you will help us.
We'll help you do the correction. The wrongs are too many.
Thank you so much for sticking and staying with us. Now we are continuing with the VGMA discussions this morning. Remember that we are your official media partners for VGMA today, Friday, and then tomorrow. Arnold Asamoah is in the house. He will be having a conversation with Ms. G coming right up. This is still TV3 New Day. I am Cookie. We'll be right back.